in between the videos that I post from like my analysis and the Clan Gen episodes, I've been having a lot of fun working with basically some silly little OCs. I am kind of working on rewriting River Chasing, working on with the characters from my Christmas OC video, and kind of just intermixing those stories. While on the other side, I've been working with these Warrior Cat Clan OCs that live kind of in the future of the main series books. Originally, what started as a fun little project to see what like a minor reboot would be to the books, ended up being this really fun OC story, which is all arcs called Empty Skies. Basically, in Empty Skies, the title comes from the fact that the clans, 15, 20 years in the future, no longer believe in StarClan. And basically all of what we kind of knew about like the hierarchy and, population of the clans has shifted throughout history. They're not as big as they once were. They all have more specific practices. They don't argue about borders anymore. They, obviously don't believe in StarClan. They are not like going to the moon pool. They're meeting during the day. Everyone knows where everyone else is. It's pretty frequent to see patrols entering another clan's territory. There's no like difficulties with changing clans if you want to change clans. And all of these things that just kind of set them apart. And when I was first putting this together, I wanted the main perspective to be in River Clan because, most potential. But outside of River Clan, I didn't really think much about everyone. Besides generally numbers and names, I just knew Sky Clan had 14 characters and Wind Clan had 18 characters, and these were the names of the leaders, and that was about it. More recently, I've been spending a lot of fun time deep diving into the world building and character building and just putting together all of these fun and interesting tidbits. So I wanted to spend a couple minutes having a chill video, having an unscripted video, just talking about my favorite clan in Empty Skies, which is actually not, River Clan. It's, as you can see in the title, it's actually Thunderclan. I don't really like Thunderclan in the main series. I think it has the potential to be interesting, but it has too much of a main character syndrome, savior complex vibe going on, which is fun for a little bit, but after a while it starts to get really annoying. And now in, the future times, what Empty Skies would consider modern age, ThunderClan is at the bottom of the list. They are the clan that is least respected. They're the smallest clan. They don't care about Firestar or any of, his lineage. They don't care anymore about StarClan or prophecies or anything. They're just trying to survive. And I find what legacy it actually has of being, in ThunderClan would have for, a young character or maybe their leader. And you know what that kind of means in this setting where Thunderclan no longer is the, you know, powerhouse protagonist clan that it once was. Instead, it's, you know, the bottom of the food chain. One of the most fun things about this was figuring out how the clan hierarchy would work. Basically, I just decided that I wanted it to be based on size and settled on the idea that the largest clan is the best clan because after so many natural disasters, you know, plagues and just bouts of sickness and starvations, if you were able to get your clan to be large, then that was a sign that the leader, the deputy, the medicine cat, the clan as a whole, everyone is doing a good job, right? If you have, you know, kits that are born, that's a good sign. If you're having, you know, new warriors, that's a good sign. And that all reflects on the leader and helps boost the respect and the kindness towards that clan. So currently Wind Clan is the highest ranking clan because they have the largest. They're with in the beginning of Empty Skies, in the first book, Frozen Sunrise, they just get 3 new kits born. I think it's 3. I'm gonna check just to be sure, because I think it's 3. It's 2. They get 2 new kits born, which while that doesn't boost them into first place because they were only in first place, it does put the line between them and the next second place being Sky Clan a lot farther from each other. Sky Clan is firmly in second place with that 14, and I believe then it goes Shadow Clan with 11, River Clan with 9, and poor Thunderclan with 8. 8 cats, which I thought was just the most interesting. And that's where we get into talking about this piece. Basically, the leader, Curlstar, as you can see in the background of this piece, recently being in the beginning of Empty Skies, Frozen Sunrise, she has lost a litter of kits. All 4 of them ended up passing away, just in between birth and the first 3 days. You know, one was stillborn, the rest just didn't make it. And for Thunderclan, this was a heavy blow because that's, you know, 4 kits is a big litter, and losing all 4 was just we don't have any other young cats in the clan. The apprentices were just made warriors. No one is itching to have kids at this moment, though they probably will shortly, and Curlstar was so ready to have a litter. She wanted to be a mother. She wanted to surprise the other leaders with healthy kits. She wanted to, you know, experience this. And unfortunately, she just really lucked out and lost her whole litter. And the thing that I think makes me most interested in Curlstar is that this is not information that gets said at a gathering or anything like that. She doesn't announce this to everyone else. This is information that you have to get through more private sources, because this is stuff that's only passed to like a medicine cat, and then the medicine cat shares with the other medicine cats about this, because they're all trying to share tips for like, okay, what do you give to a mother to help her stop producing milk, or how do you help her get out of her depression, or stuff like that. And our protagonist in Empty Skies, Otterheart, when she's an apprentice Otterpaw, ends up picking up on this the one time she goes to a medicine cat meeting, and it's just really, she doesn't know what's happening. Like, she just says like, oh, Curlstar is another leader, Curlstar is depressed or something like that. But there's a deeper context to it that I find really just fun, because I like, when it foreshadows, stuff like this. There's a scene that I want to have later where she's having her second litter, and it implies to other queens, one of which is going to be in RiverClan, that this actually isn't her first litter, and that, she lost that litter, and it's just like, oh, foreshadowing and all of this. It's just, I love Curlstar so much, and I just love the writing behind her. Another thing that I think makes her really appealing is that she just never wanted to be leader. She, firmly in my notes, one of the things that I found most interesting is just this little snippet that says she doesn't know why she's leader. It specifically says that she has no idea why she is leader. She's bad at public speaking. She's, a bit on the emotional side currently, and she's just not, she doesn't think she's fit to be leader. And, that's really frustrating for her, and I don't know if she would be the youngest of the 4 leaders, because I don't really have any ages for RiverClan, or not RiverClan, for Thunderclan right now. So I'm not quite sure how they fall in line with the rest, but I do want to make her on, the younger side, and I think that it really, her story just really appeals to me, and I wanted to draw her. In this piece particularly, it's all 4 of the kits that she would have had. I aged them up a little bit because I thought this would make for a cute piece, and I made them all playing with little beetle. It's supposed to be a darkling beetle, but I'm bad at drawing beetles, so it just looks very generic. The 4 kits going from left to right is Flicker Kit, then Hay Kit, Sunrise Kit, and then Morning Kit. All 4 of these were, the children of Curlstar and her mate Robin Bush, and unfortunately we're never going to see them in the story again, so I just wanted to give them fun designs. I don't know what their warriors' names would have been, so comment a suggestion if you have one. That would just be a fun little tidbit, and I would love to talk about these guys in this world a whole lot more and other videos, but unfortunately this is all the time I have for right now. So, new video coming out very soon.